Good afternoon and welcome to Shoe TV News at 12. I'm Chris McMenemy.
And I'm Dakir.
Today's top story. While cost of living pressures continue to affect people's accessibility to sport, one Sheffield football club has countered with an initiative to make playing more affordable. I travelled to Lowfield to find out more.
It's match day at the UMIC Centre, the home of Mount Pleasant Park FC. Prompted by the increase in cost of living and pitch rental, this club have started running informal bi-weekly sessions in the hope of making football accessible to as many people as possible.
One of the things that's really important to Mount Pleasant is to create a space where everyone can play, and that includes people who might not have the financial means to. So we do a pay if you can policy, so if people can't afford to play, they can still get access to sport, and that's subsidised through other players' fees and also some funds that we've got from charities.
The club has had several new members join ahead of today's start to the summer season. For some, this is their first time ever playing football. Above all, it's a chance to socialise and keep fit in a welcoming environment.
We're all about trying to be more inclusive everywhere in our lives, so I think it's a great place to start with football because it has quite a bad mentality about it.
With you, it's not only for like a men's club or boys or girls. Anyone can come and have fun with it. So it's like really cool environment. You can just come on and have fun with it.
A recent Sheffield Hallam University report found that sport has become less accessible for families from lower incomes. So clubs like Mount Pleasant Park receive funding from charities like Acorn, who work to alleviate the cost of living crisis for those who are most affected by it.
Pleasant has been going since 2013, and during the cost of living crisis, we noticed a lot more people that are unable to pay, attending our sessions.
While this isn't quite the Premier League, its impact on the local community in these uncertain times is certainly tangible. Chris McMenemy, Shoe TV, Lowfield.
Doncaster Council have been criticised for approving a council decision to provide £23 million in funding for Sheffield Supertram. Don Valley MP Nick Fletcher questioned the decision on social media, stating that it provides no benefit to Doncaster. Mayor Ros Jones previously called for the government to fund the Supertram after its return to public ownership was confirmed in January as part of the service's renewal, which is expected to cost £596 million across the next 30 years.
A Chinese takeaway in the city centre has been allowed to open its doors to late-night customers despite opposition from nearby residents. Sheffield City Council has granted Chongqing Restaurant on Glossop Road permission to remain open in late hours. This is despite stern objection from City Centre Residents Association, Changing Sheffield. Raising concerns about noise and disturbance, objector Peter Sefton had labelled the proposal a Trojan horse. Chongqing owners meanwhile are delighted to cater to students in the area, changing its closing time from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Delivery services, however, are strictly prohibited.
Sharrow Vale Market returned today, with vendors welcoming a large crowd on a crucial day for local business. The triannual market sees around 100 stalls spill out onto the street to showcase their craft, with a special emphasis on food and art vendors. More recently, Sharrow Vale has been cited as an invaluable opportunity for local enterprises without their own store to have a physical presence. For one local business, a stall at this market is a dream come true.
It's going great. It's good to get the brand out there. It's good to see familiar faces and be in the community. Try and get the name out there. It's crucial, I suppose.
One of Sheffield's major non-league football clubs are on the hunt for a new stadium sponsor ahead of the 2024-25 season. Stocksfield Park Steels have had sponsors for their Brackenmore Stadium for the most part of the 21st century. The stadium was named after Look Local between 2006 and 2020, with EcoPower Environmental then coming on board until 2022. Not having a stadium sponsor has had detrimental impact on the team's finances over the last 2 seasons. There has also been a knock-on effect on performances as the Steels only narrowly escaped relegation. Having put out feelers to international businesses, the club hoped to have a sponsor by May.
I would think the end of April, halfway through May, we'll have some idea about who's coming on board. We're talking to some national companies, we're talking to some people in the big industries, multinational businesses, so we only need one to say yes, and then we're halfway there then, because with one big sponsor, the rest of it is just all a bonus. It all adds up then.
Sheffield's oldest sweet shop is turning 150 years old this September, and I paid a visit to find out the secret to their success.
Two world wars, the rise and fall of the steel city, a global pandemic, and the cost of living crisis. There is nothing the Grenellis has not seen. Despite all that, this little shop on Broad Street has been parting joy to Sheffielders for generations.
People come in and say, I came in here when I was younger, and they bring their children and grandkids. So that again is a generation thing, really. They tell them the story, and they say the shop hasn't even changed when I came in 30 years ago, 50 years ago, when I was your age and all that, and the kids' eyes pop out the sockets when they see all the sweets, and they've never seen many sweets in their life.
Started by Italian immigrant Luigi in 1874, Grenellis started off as ice cream vendors before venturing into sweets. Today, the shop has over 190 old-fashioned spice, as they call it in Yorkshire, on display. From pear drops to wine gums, there is something for everyone.
Oh, it's lovely. A proper old-fashioned sweet shop.
Yeah, and plenty of choice as well. You go to some places and it's, you know, and the sweets are, there's a choice of sweets, but the standard choices are here. It's like, yeah, you see stuff you very rarely see or are more unusual, and that's good.
Planning is underway for massive 150th anniversary celebrations, but a facelift is not under consideration. Even regular customers are hopeful that time continues to stand still at Grenellis for another century and a half.
Everyone says to us, never change it, because it would lose its heritage, and that's important. It has to remain an old-fashioned sweet shop. You know, once you start modernising things, really, it loses that uniqueness, if you know what I mean. You have to keep it what it was and what's made it what it is up to today, up to this point, really.
Everyone at Grenellis is feeling bubbly ahead of the big 150. However, this is the only time they are happy about growing old, because anyone who steps foot in the shop is made to feel young. Dakir, Show TV.
I think I know where I'm going after this.
Oh, I can't recommend it enough. And you know what? Julian is the sweetest thing in the shop, to be honest.
That's all we have time for today, so thanks very much for watching. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Goodbye.